Hi there, this is your instructor Firdaus Shahri. Today we are going to discuss about control. So let's get started. The contents of today's lecture are the basic of control, the control process, control methods, and the balance scorecard. So what is a control? Control is the regulatory process of establishing standards to achieve organizational goals, comparing actual performance against standards, and making the corrective actions when needed. Or we may say control to keep the situation under your control. Now, what is the control process? Standards. So the standard is what? It is a basis of comparison for measuring the context to which various kinds of organizational performance are satisfactory or unsatisfactory. So we have different comparisons and where we try to identify whether we are doing the satisfactory performances or we are doing the unsatisfactory performances. Benchmark is what? It is the process of identifying outstanding practices, processes, and standards in other companies and adopting them to your company. So we try to compare our organization with the practices of other organizations. For example, we may compare ourselves with the organizations that gave outstanding performances. We compare ourselves with the practices and the processes of those organizations that are superior to us or that are the world leaders. So we set those organizations as the benchmark. Comparison to standards, we compare actual performance against the performance standard. So we just compare what are our actual performances to the desired performances. Now here we take, you can see the diagram here, and the correction actions are what? They are identifying the performance deviations, analyze those deviations, and then develop and implement programs to correct them. Now, feedback control, we all know feedback is what? It is a mechanism for gathering information about performance deficiencies after they occur. So we get the responses of the people in return, whether they have given the good performances or whether they have given the bad performances. The concurrent control, again, is what? It is a mechanism for gathering information about the performance deficiencies as they occur, thereby eliminating or shortening the delay between performance and feedback. Now we have the forward control. So forward control is a mechanism for monitoring performance inputs rather than outputs to prevent or minimize performance deficiencies before they occur. So we discussed about the feedback. Now this is just the opposite. This is called feed forward. Now in the feedback, we look into the output. Here in the previous slide, uh, we look into we can say the output. But in the feed forward control, we look into input. Do we have the right input? If we have the right input, that will definitely lead to the right output. Control loss is the situation in which the behavior and the work procedures do not conform to the standards, where the manager have lose total control of the situation. So we use a term, there is a control loss. Regulation costs are the costs associated with implementing or maintaining the control. What expenses we incur to control the resources, to control the workers, or to control the situations. Now here we have the control methods. So we have the bureaucratic method, objective methods, normative, concerted, and self-control. So what is a bureaucratic control? It is the use of hierarchy control to influence employees' behavior by rewarding or punishing employees for the compliance or non-compliance with the organization policies, rules, and procedures. So people or the workers, employees that have given a good performance, they must be rewarded, they must be equally compensated. And the people that do not give good performances or non-compliance with the organizational policies, they must be given special treatment in terms of guidelines, in terms of special counseling as how come they have given bad performances. Objective control, the use of observable measures of worker behavior or output to assess the performance and influence behavior. So here again, we try to observe the behavior of the workers. Output control, the regulation of the workers' results or outputs through rewards and incentives. So how can we control the output that is based on the results or the output they have given to us? Now, what is a normative control? Normative control are the regulations of the workers' behavior and decisions through widely shared organizational values and beliefs. So we say, do the workers' behavior are in compliance with the organization rules? Do they follow the organization principles or regulations? So we say that is normative control. Consultative control is the regulation of the workers' behavior and decision to work behavior, values, and beliefs. Or we can say, what are the beliefs and values of the workers? Self-control, there is no need of worker manager supervision. The workers, they control themselves, so they are their own bosses. So we can say the managers and workers control their own behavior. They set their own goals, they monitor their own progresses, and they reward themselves for the goal achievement. So in other words, self-control means there is no direct supervision of the managers over their workers. They are the self-boss. Now this is the balanced scorecard. Now what is a balanced scorecard? It is a measurement organizational performance in 4 equally important areas. Now as the name says, balanced, it means there are 4 important areas, and all these 4 important areas must be balanced. Or we may say that organization, they have to give equal attention to all these 4 areas: financial requirements, the learning and growth, internal processes, and customer. They are all equally important. Organizations that focus more on one, for example, financial resources, they may be at the expense of other resources. So the other departments may get bad, they may be badly affected. So what are these 4 areas? The financials, the customers, internal operations, innovation, and learning. Now, what does sub-optimization means? Now, the performance involvement in one area of the organization, but only at the expense of decreased performance in another part. It means that if the organization, they only focus on one area, say they focus on the customers, it means they are not focusing on the other areas, the finance, the learning growth, internal processes. So the other departments may be badly affected. So organizations, they have to have a broader look into all these 4 areas. I hope you enjoy my lecture. Thank you for listening.